the next 5 years, I left Blizzard. I did not reapply, and I went and worked on my own. I did freelance. I did freelance for everything. So I actually weren't into Second Life, which is a 3D Worlds game, if you've never played it before. They have a language in it called Linden Scripting Language, and I made games in there. I learned how to do 3D modeling. I learned how to do texture work. I learned how to do scripting. I learned how to engage with people that were playing my games. I learned how to do network model stuff. I learned how to do server-related stuff. I did this for 5 whole years.
Hey people, hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Today I found out I have actually met PirateSoftware when I was younger, about 10 years ago, right? Something you guys don't know about me that is about my past, which I used to be a massive troll on Second Life and VR chat. I was part of the Stalsby account. I feature a lot in his videos.
This is so much fun! Are you having fun? Woo! Yeah! This is so much fun! Yeah! Isn't it a hoot? Woo! Yeah! This is so imaginative and so fucking brilliant. It's just like blowing me away at the genius of time spent. Yes, it's unbelievable. Like, wow. Now what's imaginative? When virtual reality evolves and they pull people into virtual reality and they throw them into a virtual hell and they're swallowed by fucking demons. That brilliant about in my book. Why don't you really read my book and see who the fuck I am? Because you have no fucking idea the demon fucking hell that I can fucking pull anybody in my realm to. This is nothing. One time I saw this shit, it was all penises. Like they grew out from the floor.
I don't wanna close my eyes. I don't wanna fall asleep, cause I miss you, babe. And I don't wanna miss you, babe.
I don't wanna close.
I'm in. The dead niggas are pushing.
No.The and stuff like that. But obviously I have sort of rebranded and came back. But so I was watching PirateSoftware's like history of like game development and stuff like that, and he mentioned that he worked for Linden Labs for 5 years. And when I seen the Heartbound game, something triggered in the back of my mind. I was like, I remember a guy that I trolled when I was younger that was just sitting mouthing off in Violet about going to scam people of a Kickstarter campaign, right? And like his scheme on how to sort of move his way up to, I think he was like hitting on a trans girl at the time. But yeah, no, like I've got some screenshots with some of my friends from back then to verify this is true. But I just want to say, like, he says that he worked for Linden Labs for 5 years. That's simply not true by any measure of imagination. He never had a Linden Labs account. They're highlighted. You cannot hide the fact that you're a Linden Labs and be on Second Life. There's so many verifiable sources to prove that this is not true. And I don't know why he pretends that he worked for Second Life. And to further this up, like, all I remember this guy from is being around minors with 18 plus mods. I'm not saying he's a pedophile, but it's highly likely that this guy has not only sexted or done erotic roleplay with minors. It's like I can't prove it, but that's what he was known for. Hanging around with underage role players erotically role-playing Sans and Papyrus. So, and just weird furry stuff. If anyone from Second Life, like Edgar Munn or whatever, wants to post down in the comments any dirt sheets or anything like that, because like if the guy became famous, right? Like, nah, there is dirt there, dude. I think the only thing he's famous for in Second Life is selling smut mods based on underage models. Go figure. Real life underage models, by the way. I'm not gonna get into that.
During his Second Life playing time, he played a character known as Maldavius Figtree and started a company called Dark Sphere Creations. He claims he did game programming with the Linden scripting language, the programming language of Second Life, and made some small games and some user-generated content for Second Life. While digging into this, I didn't find any proof he coded any games. What Dark Sphere Creations and his company was actually doing at the time was creating not safe for work adult furry avatars and selling them. Basically, his friend Wingless Emote, another Second Life player, would do the art and modeling for the furry avatars, and Jason would do some coding on top. What kind of coding he did on top of these avatars isn't exactly clear. Then they would sell the avatars, and eventually the business was making somewhere around $10,000 a month, primarily due to selling these avatars. There's some other controversy where it alludes to Jason trying to do dev work on Linden Labs projects and other game worlds, but I can't find any solid proof, just random posts and accusations. So in summary, there doesn't seem to be any proof he did any kind of game development or hacking during this period of time.
So in synopsis, he was a weird furry degenerate who would groom children to hang out in the sim, and he would make them avatars using real life grooming victims, and would put skins on them, and then would sell them to the underagers to sort of groom them into sexual roleplay, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, that's the brass tacks of it. And I know that's a serious accusation, but I don't know. He's not gonna sue me or anything like that. But yeah, that's my understanding of this guy, like from memory. You know what I mean? So take it or leave it. I know not a lot of people are gonna care about this, but it is what it is. And in terms of like my personal discussion with him about like Heartbound, he always told me that it was like a massive like con, like a massive scam. He would put up a demo for a game using basically like the gameplay of a child's game or a licensed child game with an Undertale like coating, and then he would just collect Kickstarter money and royalties from that till the end of time. Just like the pedo 3D models that I think he still collects income from. Anyway, hope you guys have a lovely day. Obviously, the burden of proof is still like on me. I don't have any proof, but I can go into the sort of tactics these guys would use. Is they would use these reskin models to make Lindens, which are sort of the virtual Bitcoin in Second Life. They would pay these children with the Bitcoin for sexual favors. They would then buy their models, and it would make a loop system where these clients would want to be in good favor with these developers, as they were the main, their simps, their financial subs, etc. It was just a vicious cycle. And this sort of stuff happens all the time in Second Life. And this might sound outrageous, but this is basically just normal, like, Second Life stuff you hear about.